Hi Libra, my apologies for not finishing yours up on time, so I'm going to give you a little bit of extra time today. Put in some November energy with your December reading. We invite the four corners of the earth, north, the element of earth, east, guardian of east and the element of air, guardian of the south, the element of fire, and guardian of the west, element of water. Let's do a little scrying along with clearing our beautiful sacred space here. Happy December. Things slowing down, maybe more peaceful and calm. Maybe I'm feeling like you feel tired. There's some kind of fatigue in there. And it's, you really can't fight it. It's just, you just need to rest, is what I'm feeling. But I feel that midway through the month, you're going to pick up your energy again and then rest. But feel more upbeat, but still continue to rest. You'll just have more peace of mind about it. I feel like in the beginning half of December that you're going to have to slow down for some reason. I don't pick up on anything extremely negative or anything like that. But I feel that it's like you have to slow down when you wouldn't really choose to. And you don't like that, but instead of fighting it, you have to surrender to it. And then you'll feel your energy pick up again, and you'll feel more at peace with the slower pace of things, because you know it's just a matter of patience. That's what I'm feeling is coming into your reading right now, and what's in your energy for the first half of the month of December. This reading is timeless, so it's relevant for when you come to it. So as you've noticed, we have a new name for our channel. It is The Mystic Smuggler. My name's Michelle and I'm a witch. That was a long introduction before I got to the point, but that's how I am sometimes. I have with me here the Pagan Ways Tarot by Anna Franklin. I'm going to use that for the three major areas of your life, Libra, which are love, security, and freedom. And then the major arcana, I've got it split up into cups, pentacles, wands, and the major arcana. The major arcana is our overall spirit reading, and then I will read a blessing card at the end. And I'm going to clarify using what are named the gypsy cards. So I know that name can be derogatory to some and not to others. So please forgive me if that is a name you're not inclined to use. And give me some feedback if there are any alternative names to that. So they're little fortune-telling cards is what they're called. So now we're going to go into your spirit message, your overall spirit message. And that sage is still burning nice and strong and steady now. So I think once you give yourself some rest, you're going to feel much better. So here's the bottom of the deck, the Lovers. Or is it the Star? The Lovers and the Star. So that is healing, and that is the healing of a relationship. Here's Death, the Death card, transformation. That's it. So the transformation itself is maybe doing quite a number on you, Libra. There's a significant transformation and healing in the area of a very significant relationship with a significant choice involved. This was not something that just happened. There was a conscious, deliberate choice here. And I think that's what's got your energy pooped out, is that it took a lot of emotional energy to get to that choice. And you are now going to be at peace with it towards the middle of the month, and you're going to start getting your energy back. But still be maybe slowed down, but you're not going to want to resist that change. You're not going to want to resist how hard it was. You're not going to want to resist the rest. You're going to welcome it. So we have the Seven of Cups. This could be providing some tension for you, that there are just too many options, too many questions, too many things open-ended, like what do I do? And you may have lost that gravitational pull to the core of your being, but I feel like this card is going to represent where things really stand. I think you are more centered than you feel. What did I say? You have really the Nine of Cups. You find your option. Out of the 7, you chose 8, which is to walk away from any tension and confusion, and that brings you to the 9. And you might have to sit for a while. You might have to just be at peace with this change and sit in that, surrender to that restful, peaceful energy. Let's pull the fortune-telling cards to get some clarity. Please clarify for Libra the 9 of Cups in love relationships. I usually wait for one to fly out. Okay, I'm going to put this one up here. You've got the overall death energy, and boy, did you earn the rest. And you earned, it's like I'm with myself now is what I'm getting. You feel more autonomous and it feels healthy for you. I don't know if I'm going to take these. Yeah, you've got sadness mixed with anger underlying that choice, and you're resting from it. That's why you're surrendering it, because you feel that it doesn't help you to hold on to any resentment about the change and about the hurt that was caused in this separation. And it's like the universe is saying you really needed to be single, not just you needed to be single, and your heart was saying, no, I don't want to be alone. But the universe is saying to you, you're not alone. You went through a tight squeeze on your journey. You came through some tight spaces, especially towards the end, or what you chose to be the end. And that was the test. It's like you came through a tight squeeze and came out the other side for yourself. I feel like this is the one. Yeah, misfortune. So like with that anger and sadness, this is what you're healing from. It was unfortunate. It wasn't... I feel that the universe may have pushed you along in order to make the right choice for yourself. And sometimes they do that with a test. Sometimes that happens with, like, I'm getting like the Tower energy from like the tarot, the traditional tarot. I'm getting like the Tower. And to you, this death feels like it was like it wasn't like a big explosive thing, but it was a significant dismantling in your life, that your higher self chose it. You wanted to move on, and the universe gave you the means through an unfortunate event in order for you to make the choice, because the universe no longer wants you to just, or at least in this particular circumstance and moving forward, the universe doesn't want you to have your circumstances make the choice for you anymore. Doesn't want it to reach a crisis. Wants to teach you the lesson of consciously choosing what is most important for you in life. And you found that through this experience, and you learned the lesson, and you went through that tight squeeze of there's no way out of this, but through it, and you did. You made the separation with the unhealthy, toxic energies. You did have to lose something in the process, but it's like you'll never again let your circumstances dictate your choices. So that to me is what you learned here. Now we're moving into the area of security, and which is your material world around you, your personal material world, your food, your clothing, your shelter, you know, what's close to home, literally, and your calling in life, your life's calling. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. That's exactly what's going on here. Slow and steady wins the race. And you had to kind of be forced into that. But you learned it. You're very much aware of what the universe was doing in some way, at least underlying. And that is the bottom of the deck. So here is the card. And you reach the 10 of Pentacles. So in the 9 of Cups, you're feeling so much better on your own. You realize you really needed to be not alone, but on your own. You had to stand on your own 2 feet without the emotional support that you thought you needed. You realized how much more emotionally self-sufficient you are, and that brings you through all that tight squeeze, and it brings you out on the other end holding the 10 of Pentacles energy. You really have something now, a sense of self-worth that you can share with others, a sense of security, tangible security that you can share with others, and that to you, to everyone watching, that's an individual feeling of what your sense of security is. You have a deeper appreciation of it. You feel like, I shared all of that with someone before I could appreciate it for myself and appreciate my own energy that I put into everything for so long, however long that was for you. Could have been a year, could have been 20 years. It doesn't matter. You gave your all. And there was no way you would ever have chosen not to give your all, because that's just how you are. But it all balanced out. You had to lose to make gains. And in doing that, and you thought you would feel diminished, but you feel whole. You feel like you alone have enough to share with others. And you know the cost, the price you paid, and what it cost you to come to that place emotionally. It was this misfortune. And you no longer want it to reach a crisis, yet you're able to accept life on life's terms, but you're also not subject to life making your choices for you anymore. You don't want it to be that way. You don't want it to come to where you're in a pinch and you just have to surrender because you just can't take it anymore. Now you want to choose while you're still on your feet and rest only as you need to and as you choose to. So the underlying and clarifying card for security, as I'm feeling, is not just about tangible physical security, but it's fueled by your emotions. You've got love. You've got a sneaky kind of an enemy in the midst, but they're kind of gone. You've got a gift and anger. So it's a mixed bag, Libra. Just like your sign with the balancing of those scales, you are learning who your frenemies are, who your real true enemies are, who your true friends are. And it all comes back to the love and what you appreciate. I feel that this is the main card for this. It all comes back to appreciation. I apologize for the gardening noise outside, the yard work that's going on. But here we are in the flow of your reading. It's like you have learned in quite a significant way to take the good with the bad and not make demands. And if you were making demands, the universe is saying that would cost you. You've learned the difference between making demands and accepting life on life's terms, and then asking sure-footedly for what you deserve, for what you truly need. And what you truly need is to have more spread out. I'm getting this gesture of spreading out the love, and not just putting the love into a relationship, but spreading it out, pouring love on your whole life as a whole. Seek harmony and you will find balance. So you're putting a more overall energy of love across these areas of your life, and that is a gift for you. You've learned the hard way what to appreciate and where to seek appreciation from others, the people who want to give that to you with generosity, not people who breadcrumb you. And so that's the balance that you are learning and have learned, and it's still kind of fresh in your memory, but you're resting from that lesson because it was a doozy. It felt like a really tight pinch, like you were afraid almost that you weren't even going to make it through. You know, you went through a really tough place, and already that wants to jump out. I'm feeling this is underlying energy. It's presenting itself as underlying energy. The Eight of Wands. You want things to go fast. You want to get back up on your feet quickly. You want to move ahead fast. And I think you have the underlying energy to do that. But how is Spirit saying you should act? Let's see. Five of Wands. They're saying you need to strengthen and toughen up your muscles and practice first. The strife from the past is bringing you're preparing for conflict or preparing for a fight, feeling defensive. I'm going to pull a clarifying one and leave these two energies here. Because I'm feeling that that's not the full story here. That's not the full story. But we'll put that there. I feel that you have to be more prepared for the next step. Sometimes this can be strife, but I feel that the strife is behind you. And I feel that maybe you were out of practice for that kind of fight and you didn't feel right surrendering. It just felt counterintuitive to you. But you're getting a divine message that is not the case. That is not the case. It's not about building up your defensive and how to engage in a fight. It's more about being in practice before. Okay, so Karate Kid is coming into mind and he's asking, Mr. Miyagi is asking Daniel-san, why do you practice karate? Why do you practice? And Daniel comes to the conclusion, so that I don't have to fight. So that I've done so much sparring, so much practice. I don't need to go looking for a fight. I don't need to look for a way to defend myself and always feel victimized and vulnerable. I feel well practiced. And Spirit is saying that's the beginning right now. That's where you're beginning. You're practicing not for the next round, but you're practicing how to feel strong and internally prepared so that you don't have to fight. You feel like, oh, why did I tangle with that person? Why did I react so strongly to them pushing my buttons? Now I feel so inwardly strong and physically capable of loving and enjoying my life so much. I feel so strong from all of this practice that I'm now starting, that I no longer feel on the defensive. I don't even feel a need to fight. I don't want to fight anymore. I want to surrender to life on life's terms, and I want to surrender to peace. I don't want to surrender in a battle. I want to surrender to peace. And that's what I'm feeling for you, Libra. You want to surrender to peace that you create, that's not dependent on your circumstances, but is only dependent, as it is with everyone universally, it's dependent on your own inner peace. And you need to not feel vulnerable and victimized anymore and defensive. You need to feel at peace with yourself. And that's the lesson. Therein is the lesson, is that you need to feel inwardly strong enough here so that you don't feel the necessity to fight anymore. You don't even feel the necessity, and you feel well equipped if it should come close enough to you that their boundaries have been breached, that you feel you can give some pushback without it becoming a fight. It's not even a fight. It's a little pushback, like, okay, you belong there, and that's that. And you move forward. So I'm going to pull an additional clarifying card from this deck here, which is Whispers of Love, which is illustrated by Josephine Wall. It's got another card mixed in with it, clear quartz. Yeah, let's put that there, because that's the crystal that I use, really. That's my go-to crystal, is clear quartz, as you can see here. And with my scrying crystal there, the crystal ball. That's the energy of this reading. That is the energy of this reading. It will amplify your strength, your inner strength. It will clarify what you need to really hold on to for the lesson, from the lesson. It will help you internalize the lesson. It will help you develop your strengths. It will amplify your strengths and clarify at the same time and cleanse. If you stay too much in a negative mindset of defensiveness, it will amplify that as well. You have to be careful of that, where you choose for this energy to go. So I'm going to draw one card from Whispers of Love. These are beautiful channeling cards that I bought for myself because I learned the same lesson. You have to start receiving the love from Spirit and giving that love yourself to yourself, and then sharing it. So underlying, these cards are new, so they kind of stick sometimes. Underlying, we have get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. Okay? This is kind of resetting you as to how relationships are, the give and take. Accepting it all, like I said, taking the good with the bad without being demanding or being defensive when you know you've got burned, you've got more pushback now, and that's so this whole thing is like really about relationships during this time. And here is your main message. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. Like I said before, that overall, put love on everything. Don't feed your defensiveness. Just hold your boundaries. Just hold your boundaries. And that is number 7. And I'm going to read that from the book for you. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. You may have been conditioned to dwell on problems. It is important to remember the true reality is love. Choose to take a deep breath and focus on what is true. Negativity will disappear when you affirm everything is okay when I choose love. Not when the circumstances are great and working for me, but everything is okay when I choose love. It's not a passive position at all, Libra. You have to choose it. There are many things you can do to shift into a more loving flow. Work at having healthy, encouraging conversations with yourself and others. Squash any negative inner dialogue and notice the positive aspects and people in your life. Be realistic about what is going on in your life. Yes, only love is real, but there is sadness, depression, doubt, worry, and anger. This card is about finding balance in your life, so the challenging times are not overwhelming, and you are able to remember that love is at the core of everything, and you got back to where it's about loving yourself and starting from there. The dominant imagery of this card could represent the tree of life, rooted in the earth and extending toward heaven. While you are having a human experience, it can appear that you are alone. Yet in the heavenly realm, we are all one, and love prevails. There are multiple images in the card that symbolize peace, love, and support. Find and meditate on something you are optimistic about. Wow. Could that not have been the most perfect cap off to your reading, Libra? That is amazing. I'm going to give you a bonus after this. I won't connect it to this reading because I don't have the storage space for it, but I'll give you a separate one. Okay. So Libra gets a bonus because of my tardiness in giving you your first reading of November. Okay. I hope that helped, Libra. I hope that you are blessed in the knowledge of what the cards have said to you, and that you are able to act upon those through inspired love in your heart. And stay tuned for your bonus reading, and we'll expand on that further and go into December. Until we meet again in a few minutes, much, much love and brightest blessings. Take care. And don't forget to look in the description box below. Please give this video a thumbs up and connect with me through all the links below for personal reading and to stay in contact with Michele at The Mystic Smuggler. Take care, Libra. Bye-bye.